After the Overwatch community got their hands on Hook 2.0 in PTR, Blizzard addressed Roadhog's hook even further with new changes. It feels like we're finally getting to that sweet spot where he isn't nerfed too bad, but is no longer getting unreasonable hooks. Hey guys, JV here with Level Up Gaming, showing off the latest changes to PTR, which include hero balancing for Roadhog, Ana, and Sombra. If all goes well, we should be seeing this go live for everyone in the coming weeks. Let's start off with Roadhog, who has additional hook changes as we talked about. He's got additional line of sight checks to the left and the right of his hook, and the reason they have this is so it's easier to hook people who are sticking out around corners. So compared to Hook 2.0, which is the last iteration in PTR, we were just playing around with that like a week ago, now you're not going to unhook people who are still sticking out around a corner. So if you're Roadhog and you're throwing that hook and you get someone, if they're sticking out around a doorway or somewhere where you think you should hook them, because it makes sense from a physics standpoint. If you hook somebody and you can see them, then they should stay hooked, right? And so this is exactly what that's supposed to solve. The left and right checking is also being used for the persistent line of sight check. So this means that it won't unhook people that are behind slim objects like light poles, stumps, things that aren't the full height of the character that you would think, okay, if I'm still hooking this person, I should be able to hook them over it or around it. That won't happen. You can see here on Oasis, there's a small chunk of concrete around this pillar. I'm still able to hook them over. Hook 2.0 might have unhooked them because of that. Hook targets are also slowed heavily, which means they're less likely to slide out. If you're a current Roadhog in the current meta, before any hook changes, then sometimes targets will slide out of your hook, and that seems kind of annoying, right? But you can't complain if you're a current Roadhog because he's still hooking people around corners. Now they're less likely to slide out with Hook 2.1. So this overall, these changes, this bundle of changes with Roadhog's hook is more of a move towards consistency for me without a heavy nerf. Blizzard knows not to nerf a character so hard that they're just out of the meta, they're unusable. That's just not how you're supposed to solve problems in these, ever-evolving meta kinds of games. I think this solution is really just fixing the problem that was already there. Roadhog was hooking ridiculously around corners. People were being pulled. It almost felt like hit scan, but it wasn't. Something was really wrong going on with the hook, and I feel like they're finally moving towards where it needs to be. When this does go live for everyone, once they finally nailed down the hook, I think a lot of people are going to be happy, both Roadhog players that want more consistency and players who are receiving the hooks. It's like, yeah, I shouldn't have been in this, positioning, this certain positioning. I'm too close to the Roadhog. I should have been further back. Whereas before it was like, oh, I'm getting hooked ridiculously around corners. This is not how this is supposed to go down. So once again, super excited for everyone to get their hands on this new Roadhog hook. Next, we have another small change with Ana, and again, this would be seen as a small nerf. Her biotic grenade duration is reduced from 5 seconds to 4 seconds. So this means if you're using it offensively to debuff the enemy team, prevent any healing for anybody that gets caught in it, or you're buffing your own team, increasing the healing rate and healing them a little bit, that is reduced. So combining this with the previous changes to Ana in the last iteration of the PTR, this is just further nerfing her ability to heal up huge health pools. It's going to be that much harder to run 3 or 4 tanks in a game viably and keep them all healed with an Ana on your team, and that's how a lot of the meta has been going down for the past 2 or so months, and that's really going to change after this. Of course, Ana mains are not going to like this, but it's not a crippling nerf. That's the big thing for me. It's a nerf that I think will switch up the meta. We're going to see more attackers and defenders instead of tanks, but Ana is not crippled by these nerfs. I think this is ultimately a good thing. We're going to see a little more variety from supports and, of course, less tanks, more attackers and defenders. Sombra also received changes to her hack. The cooldown for that ability is reduced from 12 seconds to 8 seconds, a third, just shaved off like that. That's a huge chunk. Personally, I am so excited about this. This is a pretty substantial change for Sombra. She's going to be hacking that much more often in every single match. And I think Blizzard could have gone 2 routes with this. They could have made her hack more often like they did, or make her weapon have less spread. Those are the 2 main kind of issues with Sombra. Also, people think she's a little bit clunky with her transition from stealth to hacking back and forth like that. Blizzard went the hacking route to make her hacking more viable by reducing that cooldown, and I appreciate that because her hacking is what makes her unique. No other character can do what she does. That was the thing with Ana, right? She has this biotic grenade that also prevents healing for the enemy team. That is a unique ability, and that's what players should be using a lot of. Now players are going to be using a lot of the hacking ability with Sombra. When you get hacked by Sombra already, it is, an issue. You can't do anything. You can't sprint away as Soldier, you can't roll away as McCree, and on and on and on. Players that are already effective with Sombra to a certain degree are going to be that much better. They're going to be hacking that much more often, and I think this is going to encourage more players to try out Sombra, give her a chance, see if she works into certain comps, especially in competitive. And that's going to be something that's going to take a little while, obviously, for people not to see someone pick Sombra and immediately cringe like I do when I see a Tracer or a Genji. I have no problem with Sombra staying a utility pick, not a mainstay like a soldier that you see on a lot of comps, but someone who can really turn the tides, maybe on a dive comp where you need to get around and hack that Bastion, hack that Ana, whoever you need to hack. Sombra needs to be a viable pick. She's not right now, and I think this change is definitely moving her more towards where she needs to be. Those were my thoughts on the newest changes to the PTR, but I'd love to hear what you're thinking in the comment section below. How do you feel these changes are affecting the game? Do you like what's going on with Roadhog, Ana, and Sombra? Is Ana being nerfed too much? Is Sombra being buffed too much? What other changes would you like to see to Overwatch in another PTR? Share what you're thinking in the comment section below. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram for constant updates on when we're uploading new content. Check out our website at levelupgmg.com, where you'll find complete libraries of every single video we upload moving into the future. Also, if you're feeling generous, consider supporting us further through our Patreon. Becoming a patron allows you to engage with us directly and unlock exclusive content like monthly Q&A videos. So visit our Patreon if you'd like to learn more. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and click subscribe if you haven't already for more tips and tricks and gaming related videos. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time here on Level Up Gaming.